that slouching is bad posture. But do you know what's happening inside our body when you sit like this? It's not just your back, it's your lungs, your spine, yes, your digestive system, and even your nerves are impacted in ways that you might not expect. Welcome to Reinvention Queen. In our last episode, we talked about posture pitfalls and how to avoid them. I had mentioned correct sitting posture briefly, but today we're going to look a little deeper. Let's see what really happens when you slouch while sitting and how to correct it. Now, just to set the stage, the position your body likes is this. Hips all the way to the back of the chair. Feet flat on the floor. Knees just about level with your hips. Shoulders relaxed but open, and head aligned over the spine. So this is the posture while sitting that your body appreciates. Now, when you slouch, your rib cage collapses forward and down, compressing your diaphragm. Now, we all know that's the muscle that helps you to breathe deeply. Now, with less room to expand, your lungs can't take in as much air. Get into a slouched position. Take a deep breath. Now sit upright. So you're going to bring the pubic bone, sit forward onto the pubic bone, and your spine will straighten. Now take a deep breath again. Feel the difference? That's why posture matters to your breathing. Your lower back has a natural inward curve called the lumbar lordosis. Now, when you slouch, that curve flattens or reverses. Now, last episode, we spoke about when your lumbar lordosis was exaggerated and the problems it would cause. When that curve flattens or reverses, it puts uneven pressure on the discs between your vertebrae. Over time, that pressure can cause the discs to bulge or herniate, leading to pain or nerve irritation. If those nerves are compressed, you might feel tingling, numbness, or weakness in your legs and wondering what is going on with my body, and it could just be your poor posture, especially when sitting. Now, it's not just about the pain today. It's about preventing long-term damage that could take months of therapy to fix. So slouching also pushes your abdominal organs forward and down. This can put pressure on the lower esophageal sphincter. That is the valve that's supposed to keep the stomach acid and everything that's in your stomach where it belongs. If it's under strain, you're more likely to get acid reflux or heartburn. The compression also gives your stomach less space to expand after meals, slowing digestion and leaving you feeling bloated. I don't think a doctor really looks at your posture while you're sitting in the office complaining of heartburn before prescribing heartburn medication. And yet it may very well be poor posture when eating or after meals, or just poor posture generally, especially when sitting. That is the cause of your problem. That is why you need to try to correct these posture pitfalls and falls before they become chronic and trigger other issues to manage other issues in the body. Now, this is a reason why it's especially important to avoid slouching after eating, because you're going to be setting yourself up for discomfort. Now, slouching doesn't just affect you in the moment, which it can, but what happens is that your body adapts to the position you hold most often. Over time, the chest muscles tighten, upper back muscles weaken, And you may start to hunch even when you're standing or walking, not just when you're sitting. And once those muscular imbalances set in, it's harder to correct them, which is why early intervention is key, but intervention at any stage is going to be helpful. Now, what can you do? Remember to take, if you're sitting, working at a computer or reading, whatever it is you're doing, every 30 to 45 minutes, stand, stretch, reset your sitting position. So if you're used to slouching, what is going to happen, because the body does adjust, you are going to experience pain, discomfort when you start straightening your spine and sitting upright with your shoulders back. It's going to hurt because you're doing the opposite of what your body is used to. And so I suggest that when and if it starts to hurt, you just get back into your nice usual slouching position and give the body a little chance to adapt and get back to what it's used to, and then assume that upward posture, straight posture again. If you're working at a desk or you're, at your computer, at the table, wherever it is, once you're sitting, make sure that the hips are all the way back to the back of the chair. And it's good to have some kind of lumbar support in place. Could even be, just a regular cushion in that area, and your feet together, your feet flat on the ground. Now, make sure that you adjust your screen height, whether it's the phone or the computer. Make sure you adjust it to eye level or just below eye level to avoid, craning your neck. Now, core strength is important in everything. So I had recommended planks and bridges and back extensions to help your body hold good posture naturally. So we want to strengthen those muscles. Remember, how do we remember that we need to assume and maintain correct posture? Well, whatever works for you as a reminder. Use a sticky note on your fridge, or on a phone reminder by using a phone alarm. When the alarm goes off, it reminds you that you need to check your posture, just to keep the awareness high. You could also take a look at the episode that I did on detachment and letting go, because in that episode I had demonstrated a 6-week systematic approach to change, and I had mentioned at the time that you can use this approach for just about any change that you are undertaking. And so if you go and look at that episode on detachment, you will find where I demonstrate the systematic approach to change, and you can utilize that in assisting you with changing your posture. So slouching while sitting may seem harmless, but it quietly impacts your breathing, your spine, your digestion, and your long-term health. So start making these small changes today. Your body will thank you tomorrow. If you found this episode helpful, check out my previous video on posture pitfalls and how to avoid them for a bigger picture of how posture affects your whole life. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.